Welcome Republican Representative Peter Roskam, who's joining us from Capitol Hill. Peter Roskam of Illinois. Congressman, good to have you here. The big concern, of course, is that the president is overstepping his executive power here with these executive orders.
I don't think there's any question about that. This is a gratuitously political move on the part of President Obama, and it secures the legacy that what he's really interested in is a political issue rather than a remedy. Look, all kinds of presidents have been denied things by the American people acting through their elected representatives in Congress, and yet President Obama doesn't seem to understand that this approach was fundamentally rejected by the American public on the ballot box just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and we've also looked at some polls which show that the majority of the country actually opposes this executive action on immigration. 48% of Americans saying that they're opposed, 38% supporting, 14% no opinion. That always surprises me, as I mentioned earlier. But you mentioned something that this is just being viewed as an extraordinary political move. Fundamentally, is anything really changing, or is this just a temporary stopgap that's going to hopefully, I guess, in the Democrats' view, win over voters, minority voters, Hispanics, for example?
I don't think it's a real remedy. I think it is a stopgap measure, and the irony is the president wants to do something that he perceives as comprehensive, like he did on the health care law that hasn't worked out so well. But this doesn't get to the type of solution that most Americans want to. I think most Americans view the word comprehensive as one of the most toxic words in American public life today. They want to see Washington break things down and take one step and then another step and another step followed by another. And if he were willing to do that, and other presidents have in a wide range of issues, nobody gets it their way all the time. That's the nature of our democracy. Then I think this could be a transformational moment. But President Obama is not leading the country right now in the direction that the country wants to be led.
I actually think that this is one that had a shot at getting passed, because I think both sides want to be seen as pro-immigration. I mean, look, this is fundamentally what our country was started on. And, this is an economic issue. The more immigrants you can bring to work hard and grow this country and grow the economy, the better off we all are. And yet, the president choosing to go alone on this one in some way sort of, again, speaks to the ineffectiveness of Washington, because this might have been, Congressman, the one opportunity he had to really bring both sides together.
I think he had an opportunity, and I think he squandered it. Look, other American presidents have been disappointed with Congress. Bill Clinton was disappointed with Congress, and what did he do? He rubbed some dirt on it. He figured it out and said, I'm going to negotiate with these people. George W. Bush was disappointed with Congress back in 2006, lost a majority. What did he do? He negotiated and came to the center and found common ground. President Obama is basically not just stiff-arming Congress, but he's stiff-arming the American public that has made their choice on this very, very clear. He himself said in the weeks leading up to the campaign that it was his proposals, his policies that were on the ballot. If that's true, and I believe that is true, then they were fundamentally rejected. And so rather than understanding that, he's now frankly acting with impunity. It's disappointing when that happens in anybody's life, but it's particularly consequential when it's the United States president who does that.
Thank you so much. Good to have you here, Congressman Roskam.